Hey. How y'all guys doing on tonight? Welcome to Let's Face It live show with your coach, Shakima S. Perry. I hope y'all guys are ready for a great show tonight. I am live. I'm super excited. So jump on in, please. When you jump in, please share this live broadcast. I want other people to be blessed on your timeline, your friends, family, things like that. So go ahead and share this on your timeline. I'm going to talk about some things that we face from day to day, and even personal things I face, because a lot of times, sometimes we can look at people and say, oh my God, they so perfect, or oh my God, they got everything together, and that may not be the case. So I want to share some things with you tonight so you can be at ease and you can go to the next level in your income, revenue, and wherever you want to go. So you can basically apply this to anything in your life. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to tell you about the purpose of the show. So reason why I do Let's Face It, why Shakima does this show, why do I, continue to speak life and do different topics. The reason why I do this show is to bring impact. I want to impact other people when it comes to day-to-day life, business, anything that you can really think of. I want to be able to help people to kind of look at it a different perspective. Sometimes we look at things one-sided. So I want people to look at things differently. Look at things in another person's view or eye. Because sometimes we could just be looking at it one track mind based on how we raised. But sometimes people can give you insight and intel and revelation that you can take with you and you can implement it in your life and you can be successful in doing those things. So that is the reason why Let's Face It is it pretty much what the purpose of the show is. You're facing life's issues. You're facing day-to-day things that you may not want to face. You may not want to admit, you may not want to, I guess, embrace. And some things you not is some things when I say embrace, sometimes it could be something positive or negative. So sometimes not embrace, I guess that's a really weird word to use. I would say to recognize, not to embrace, because some negative things you don't want to embrace, but to recognize. You want to recognize what you're doing, the things that you're doing, and how you can change it. And then you embrace the good, because embrace is like you're wanting it, right? And you're desiring it, or it's coming to you, embracing it. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. So tonight's topic, let me put tonight's topic up. So tonight's topic, we are in season 2, episode 63, how fear stops you from increasing your revenue. I'm going to say it again, season 2, episode 63. The topic is how fear stops you from increasing your revenue. Okay. So what are some ways that fear can stop your bag? Right now, people talk about the bag, your money, how, I just threw that in there, try to make a joke. I don't know if it was funny, but anyway, like, how can fear stop your bag? You want to make money, you want to, excel in your life, you want to, get promoted and different things in your job, or you want to do, go full time, whatever the case may be. How fear, what are some of the ways that fear can stop your bag? Okay, so I'm going to give you some things that I have here. So one way fear can stop your bag is promotion to the next level of your job. So if you want to get promoted, fear can stop you from going to that next level. So, you could be someone making like $40,000 a year. You're like, okay, $40,000, that's not bad. But you like, okay, the next level job is $55,000 a year. So that's $15,000 more than you can make going to that next level. And fear can actually stop you from actually getting your bag, getting your money, getting to that next level. So fear is really, really a blocker. It's a place that you can be stagnant. It could stagnate you. It can paralyze you. That's how strong fear is, right? So that's how strong it is. Another thing, getting a new job that pays more. So you may not want to stay at your current job, and there's other jobs out there that may be executive positions or higher positions that maybe you not qualified for. So fear can stop you from applying for a better paying job, or a job you feel like, well, I don't have a degree, or I don't have this, I'm not going to apply. So fear can make you feel intimidated that you won't apply for something that God may open for you, or God may open that door for you. So fear can stop you from getting a new job that may pay you much more. It may not be $55,000, maybe $75,000. and you just fearing because of the fact of you feel like you unqualified, right? So that's what fear can do. Another one, increasing your credit score. Fear can stop you from actually increasing your credit score. Some of you guys ain't never checked your credit score. You scared to see what it looked like. That's fear. Like, why are you scared to see where you are? You gotta, in order for you to grow, you gotta find out where you are, right? I'm not want to get resolutions, but the thing is, fear can stop your credit score. Your credit score can actually open doors to jobs. Your credit score open doors to new opportunities and different things that you want to actually take on, like a line of credit, increase. It's basically your credit score. If you fear to check on your credit score, increase your credit score, you're stopping yourself. So when you walk in fear, just increasing your credit score, something that simple can stop you because of fear, right? Another thing, buying a house. You never bought a house before. So fear can stop you from actually purchasing a home, right? So that will stop your revenue. And I'm gonna tell you more about that and how that can stop your revenue when it comes to buying a home. Another thing, purchasing rental property and becoming a landlord. That could be fearful because you like, okay, purchasing a rental property. So I got to do this or whatever. And I'm scared because maybe I can't find a tenant, or maybe I can't find somebody that's stable, or maybe I can't find. So that can bring a level of fear, right? And the last thing, that's something I do right now, going full time in your business, meaning fully going full time, full fledged business. You no longer have a job. You're going full time. So you can be fearful of that. You're like, okay, I got to make revenue on my own. And I'm going to tell you a story about my experience as well. That can be very fearful. That can bring a lot of fear. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And when we get back, I'm going to give you some resolutions. I'm going to give you a story about, the fears I have and the things I've gone through and how God had to break that from me. He had to show me, like, stop fearing. I wrote the book Unlimited Faith, and it's not saying that you don't have moments of fear, but you cannot stay there. And I'm going to give you some tips on that. So go ahead and check out this commercial and we'll be right back.
This was me fighting for my life. I lost my mind, but I did not know how to get it back. I had to step it up and fight back with the only strength I knew I had. Find out how it all turned out. Get your signed copy today. Go to GleeBargainCenters.com.
All right, so we are back. We're back. And when you guys jump in, please share this. Share, okay? I want your friends, your family, people on your timeline to be blessed by what we're going to finish talking about tonight. All right, so just to give you a little story, I like to tell stories because I want you to know that I can relate to you guys when you're dealing with fear, when you're dealing with certain circumstances, when you're going to the next level of your life. So I want to share some things that I have gone through, and when it came to fear, fear, it could become bigger than what it is. People say fear means what it says. False evidence appearing real. Like, people have an acronym for that. And, I understand false evidence appearing real. That makes you feel like, okay, that's false evidence. So it's kind of like it makes you, it brings some type of confidence because, it's false evidence. It's not real. So fear is just basically a mindset. Fear is not something physically you can touch. It's a mindset. It's something that's going on in the mind that's preventing you from moving forward. So just like life with myself, when it came down to, even when I left New York to move to Richmond, Virginia, I feared coming to a place I do not know. So fear can come because it's unknown to you. So it's new to you. You never went through it before. You felt like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. So with me, I feared coming down to Richmond all the way. Like literally, I feared. But what happened was I didn't allow fear to stop me on my path. I didn't allow fear to be the end all be all, right? So a lot of times what we do is we allow fear to stop us, to now like you quit something, you know? I could say another scenario with fear. I feared purchasing a home. You know, I lived in an apartment for like in and out apartments. I mean, I moved so many times in and out apartments for like 11 years. And I feared having my own home. I felt like, you know, maybe I should get it with my husband when I get married. Like literally, I'm not married today. I would have been waiting a very long time, right? I still would have been renting. I still would have paid more money when it comes to renting, because, you know, with rent, it goes up every year, all these different things like that. But I feared being by myself and purchasing a home. And the thing is, when I actually looked at it differently and looked at it and say, hey, you know what? I can do this. Then I started to change the way I thought, my thought process, because my hindrance when it came to getting a home is the fact, oh, my credit score is low. I feared go ahead to check my credit score. Fear could come in so many dynamics in your life. You know, it doesn't have to be in one area. It could be in multiple areas. Like you may not fear this, but you fear that. So with everything that you go through with fear, you have to overcome fear in other areas of your life. It's not just one area. It's not just here, then there, then here. Then, you know what I'm saying? It's not just one specific area. Every single time you have to conquer that fear. And you know how you conquer that fear is by moving by faith, trusting God that God is going to see you through. He's going to understand what you're going through. He's going to see you through the process. So when it came down to me moving from, you know, New York to Richmond with my car and my clothes, I didn't have a job. I didn't have no place to stay, really. I stayed with my sister, and she was in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is 2 hours away from Richmond. Stayed with her for like a month and then got an apartment without a job. You know, so I was just following direction. And that's when you overcome fear, when you have the mindset to say, hey, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to overcome this. I'm not going to stay in the same place. I'm not going to allow fear to stop me from moving forward, because fear can stop you from moving. It literally paralyzes you. It stops you from moving to one place to another. And I had to get that out of my head and say, okay, it's fearful. Yes, I don't understand. Yes, it's unknown to me, right? But I have to see past what the fear is showing me, because fear gives you, glimpses of what the worst thing can happen. Fear will give you glimpses of things that may never happen. Fear will get you to a place that you feel like, oh my God, if I do this, it's over for me. Okay, that's how fear can get so deep. You have to use the word of God. You have to use your faith in God, saying, okay, I'm not going to allow these visions. I'm not going to allow this. I remember my spiritual mother used to say, what did she used to say? She used to say, the film, like, you seeing films of the enemy, like, you know, like demonic films of the enemy. She said something like that, meaning like you seeing like these films in your mind when you're fearing, like, oh my God, this is what the worst thing can happen. You know, I can't think of exactly how she said it, but it's something like that with films. Like you're seeing like the enemy showing you pictures and showing you films of what can happen and what the worst thing can happen, right? And I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna go over this, and then we're gonna go over the things that I rewrote down. And the last thing, when it came to fear, I feared going full time in my business. I never, ever, ever in my life went full time and taking care of myself full time, making my own money full time, not getting a paycheck. You can fear not getting a paycheck because you're so used to constantly getting a paycheck. I worked in corporate America literally for 20 years. Since I was 19 years old. I'm now 40, literally like pretty much like almost like 21 years. I worked in corporate America from 19 till I was 40, pretty much 40 years old. I was turning 40. I was 39, turning 40. So about 20 years. I worked in corporate America. The Lord told me to leave corporate America. I have to do it on my own now. That's scary. I remember the Lord spoke to me about that in 2018. It was a scary thing. But I said, okay, God, this is what you want me to do. So he told me to prepare. So a lot of times, sometimes we do fear because sometimes we don't prepare. We like when God speaks to us about something, we're not preparing. Not saying in all cases, sometimes you can't prepare for something. You know, if you're going for a job interview or something like that, yes, you had to prepare. But some things you can't prepare for because it just happens or you just put in the situation, right? So some things is not like you could get yourself geared up and ready. Some things you got to be like, I'm going to walk in this. I'm going to do it. It's going to be done. Sometimes it's just like that. But I had to walk in faith. I had to use the faith that God has given me. I had to use even the history that God has came through for me, that he's going to come through for me in this area. I battled stuff. I'm not going to lie. I battled. I had months that I was doing great. Months I wasn't doing that great. Months I was doing great. Months I'm not doing it great. Now things are starting to come up again. You know what I'm saying? So in business, you're going to have ups and downs. In life, you're going to have ups and downs. But what you're going to do, you're going to allow fear to stop. You're going to have fear for you to quit. No, you got to keep going. You have to have the mindset of a winner. A winner never quits. A quitter never wins. You know, you probably heard that saying before. You cannot quit in the midst of your breakthrough. God has more for you. If you quit, you will not see the other side of it. That's just like, let me try and think of an analogy. That's just like it's like I can say, for example, it's like something covering your eyes and it's dark, right? Say like sunglasses. You have sunglasses on, right? And then when you put sunglasses, like black, dark sunglasses, you can't really see. You see it looks like black and white. You can't see anything. Like it's kind of dark and dim, right? And what happens is if you look at it like, okay, you know, you want to see the bright sunshine. You want to see the other side of what this darkness is, right? You cannot say, well, I quit in the midst of me seeing this. I quit in the midst of this darkness. What happens is you can't see the bright light. You're not going to be able to take your sunglasses off and see what's on the other side of that darkness. I know that's a really terrible analogy, but I'm just trying to make a point that you're not going to be able to see clearer if you stop in the midst of your breakthrough and what God has for you. You're not going to be able to see it. Because I know with me, I went through a mental breakdown, and that's something I shared plenty of times on this show. I went through a mental breakdown. I lost my mind, right? And the enemy told me to kill myself. If I would have took myself out, I wouldn't see where I am today. I wouldn't see the entrepreneur. I wouldn't see books that I wrote. I wouldn't see this. I wouldn't see these 2 books that I have. I wouldn't be an author today. I wouldn't be a businesswoman today. If I took my own life and I quit in the midst of it, I won't see myself on the other side of that thing. So that's how you got to view it when it comes to fear. You cannot allow fear to stop you because it's going to prevent you from seeing the other side. And the other side is great. The other side is beautiful. The other side is prosperous. The other side is greater than what you can ever imagine. The Bible says, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think. That means your greatest mindset, your greatest thought process of your life, of what you think you could be. God said, I can do greater than that. That's how big it is. That's how big God has for you. So you cannot quit. So let's get into the questions. I don't want to keep you here long. Let's get into it. And then I'm going to let you guys go and y'all can enjoy the rest of your night. So we talked about promotion to the next level of your job, right? And I'm gonna tell you this, I was definitely a person that allowed fear to stop me, because I went for, like, when I was working for T-Mobile, I went for promotion about 2 times, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I allowed fear to stop me because I felt like I didn't want the rejection. So sometimes you fear because you don't want the rejection of them telling you you don't got the job, or it's not going to work for you, or you unqualified. So sometimes fear can make you think of rejection. Like, I don't want to feel rejected. So that's one thing that I dealt with. And I didn't get promoted at my job. If I would have kept on going, I could have got promoted. I could have been a supervisor. I could have been on a greater level than I was. And I know this particular person at my job went for an interview for supervisor 6 times, and he finally got it because he was determined. You got to be determined. I wasn't determined enough. I was like, well, I'm making my money. I just gonna stay right here, and fear stopped me from going to the next level of my job. So I'm gonna be transparent about that. But God has you. God knows you can go to the next level in your job. You can go to that next level. You don't have to allow fear to stop you. Don't fear rejection. Rejection is inevitable. You're going to have it in your life, but you have to walk by faith. Okay, because that's what's going to increase your revenue. That's what's going to increase your life. If you want that $15,000 extra a year, you want that $20,000 extra a year, and you love your job, but you want more, go for it. Don't let that stop you. All right. Another one we talked about is getting a new job that pays more. So you may be at a job that you like, well, I can go but so far. So I want another job. Apply for executive positions. Apply for positions that they may ask for bachelors. Still apply. The worst they can say is no. Like, I mean, whatever. So don't fear an application. Don't fear an interview that you may have to go to, and they just may like you and hire you. You just don't know. You want to see the other side of, you applying and you going to that next level. So don't count yourself out yet, right? The next one, increasing your credit score. So go look at your credit score. Some of you guys' credit score probably not as good. I'm not gonna say jacked up, because I was gonna say jacked up, but maybe it's jacked up. But it may not be good that you want it, right? Check your credit score. When you check your credit score, then you can find out where you are, and then you gotta start working on where you need to be and where you want to be, right? Because credit scores are important. Credit score is kind of like cash. Like, if you have a good credit score, you can buy a house, right? A house is you own it. You have revenue in your house. You have something called equity in your house. That's increasing your revenue. I have equity, like literally, I moved into my house around 2017. I have like maybe over $50,000 of equity in my house already, just for 3 years. So you just don't know. You don't want to put yourself in a place that, that you're stopping yourself from going to the next level. So check your credit score, find out what you can do about it. I mean, I have a credit score class. It can help you to increase your credit score. Find out what you can do to knock off some things and go to that next level so you can actually build your life. Credit scores also is good for jobs. If you want to go for that executive position, you have to have a good credit score. So check that out. I'm telling you, you're going to increase your revenue that way. Buying a house. Don't fear buying a house. When you do get your credit score the right position and right way, get that house. Get the house of your dreams. Get what you want. Don't settle for less. Things are going to get great in your life. Things are going to get better in your life. So don't settle for less. Don't settle for the mediocre. Don't settle for just, I just made it. Or I just, I'm making it by the skin of my teeth. Don't have that mentality. Don't have a poverty mindset. Have a prosperity mindset, a builder's mindset, a growth mindset. Just grow in your mind. Read books, read the different things that's going to help you elevate your mind. Listen to a powerful motivational speakers that's going to help you to be motivated. Your life is not over. The pandemic did not cut your life short. You still here. And I remember that's why Latrice Ryan, Evangelist Latrice Ryan at my church that came and visited, said, "You still here? We're still here. You have a purpose. God has a plan for you." Okay? We are still here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take another break, because I went over a couple of them. Take another break, and when we get back, I'm going to give you some more lovely nuggets, and then we're going to pretty much close out tonight. So check out this commercial, and we'll be right back. Does your life look like this? Does it seem like everything you try or do, it just doesn't work? You need a faith recharge. I know what will give you a boost. Get my book, Unlimited Faith. You will never be the same. Learn faith principles that you can apply every day to elevate your thoughts and life on a level of abundance. Go to www.gleebargaincenters.com and get your signed copy today. Okay, so we are back. So I got a couple of them left here. So another one, purchasing rental property and becoming a landlord. I know with me, that's something I want to do. I have my own home, but I want to get rental properties and become a landlord. Don't fear becoming a landlord, and when it comes down to you do have to pay that mortgage, but you know what you can do? One thing that you can do is when you purchase a rental property, right? Because I know I do real estate as well. When you purchase a rental property, buy it cash if you can, meaning build enough revenue to buy it cash. So say, for example, you buy a rental property, $50,000. What happens is you don't have any overhead. And when you get people into your home, right, all that money that they're paying goes to you. And of course, you put money away for for like any fixing in the house. And another thing you can do that's powerful that some people don't know, when it comes to rental properties, what you can do, you don't have to be the landlord, meaning you don't have to be the one to get the rent from the people. You can hire a property manager. A property manager, what they do is they take care of all of that for you. So you have a portion of your mortgage goes to the property manager. A portion of the mortgage goes to, say, for example, if any fixings you need in the house, and then a portion goes to you. But try not to have overhead. And that means what you do is you buy a property, you fix that property up, then you have rent, you have people rent, so you don't have any overhead. You pay a property manager to manage your property. They take care of that. They pretty much is kind of like a middle person landlord. So you never have to do anything. And all you're going to do is see checks come into your bank account. So say, for example, if the property is $1,000, say, example, you got a property $1,000 a month, right? So you put $200 away for the fact of, $200 away for any fixing, right? The other $300, you pay your property manager. So he gets $300 a month to manage the property because he don't have to be there. He just managing the property. So it's not like he's getting paid hourly to do anything. He's really just managing the property. So he gets $300, $200 put money away, and then that other $500 is what? Yours. So you don't have no overhead. So say, for example, if you have a mortgage, then you got to pay your mortgage, rental, your manager, your project manager, or whatever, not project manager, but I just say your not project manager. I'm saying it wrong. Your oh my God, I'm bugging out right now. Property manager. You pay your property manager, and then you have to pay your mortgage, and then you get paid. So you may get paid $100 because your mortgage may be, say, $250, $300 because you have $50,000 that you put in a mortgage, right? I'm just trying to make a point, because if you do that, it's going to cut your profit. All right. So don't be afraid to be a landlord, because a landlord, you can do different things when it comes to your property. You don't have to do it directly with anyone. And some of you guys don't know that. I wanted to share that with you. That's a nugget. Okay. So you don't have to actually run it, and then you could get more rental properties, and just have your property manager manage all of them, or get 2 property managers, whatever you want to do. So don't be afraid to be a landlord. Landlords are good because there's ways you can make that work. Okay. And the last thing, this is something I do right now, going full-time into your business. Full-time into your business is not an easy thing, but it's doable. And one thing I share with people is save, save, save. If you're trying to leave your job, I would recommend to save at least 1 year's salary. Okay, 1 year's salary, because if you save enough, including your 401k, and then to have a year's salary, what happens is that's your cushion that you need, because in most businesses it takes about almost a year before you start seeing the revenue you want to see in your business. So save, save, save. That's what I did, and that helped me to have a cushion. I still have a cushion right now. I'm next month actually is a year I've been full time and I still got money left over. Why? Because I made money. I invest my money. That's another thing. Invest your money in good thing. I invest money in Bitcoin. I invest money so you can have some type of growth with your money. You're not just keeping all your money in the bank. That's another nugget I just shared. Okay. So you can do it. You can go full time. If you feel like I feel God is leading me to do this, prepare. Take 2 years and save. You don't got to jump in like, oh, I'm ready today because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this job. I can't take it no more. Don't jump. Okay. Prepare yourself so you don't have to worry about leaving your job and coming right back, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Prepare. Okay. So don't be afraid of it. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. Okay. So that's pretty much what I have. And I want to share this one thing, this scripture. And it says, now faith is the assurance, title deed, confirmation of things hoped for, divinely guaranteed. Faith guarantees results, okay? And the evidence of things not seen, the conviction of their reality. Faith comprehends as fact, okay? What cannot be experienced by the physical senses. So you cannot see faith, but it's fact. The fact is, when you move forward in your purpose and your dreams, you're going to see your revenue grow. You're going to see a turnaround. But you have to look at faith as facts. The fact is, my faith is going to get me to the destination I want to go. That's how you got to view it. Okay. So it looks like y'all guys are super quiet tonight, but if you have any questions, put in the comments for me. I would love to answer those for you. And I'm going to jump into something while you guys do that. So if you're interested in being part of the show, go to purposeandpromise@gmail.com. Email me. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'll be happy to that you be one of my guests on the show. Go to purposeandpromise@gmail.com. And if you have any show topics, I know someone did have a show topic for me about home ownership. And what I'll do is, I just thought about it because I do, this is actually the month when it comes to like financial literacy. So I may talk a little bit about that on the next broadcast because I'm talking about credit. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So whoever was interested in that, hopefully they'll be able to be on. But email me, let me know what you want to talk about. Okay. All right. And you may be on this season or next season. We'll see. We'll see if it fits, because pretty much the season is going to be ending in November. I think the beginning of November, this season will be ending. So it's pretty much only about 2 more months of season 2. So thank you for joining, you guys. Y'all great. And just check out, if you want to be a part of the show, go to purposeandpromise@gmail.com. And the last but not least is, if you want to be inspired and encouraged, get my books, Unlimited Faith and the Mind Regulator, for only $24.99. It's a powerful book that you will be excited to read, and you will love reading every page. These books are powerful. A lot of people have raved about these books. Unlimited Faith, they love it. The Mind Regulator, people, they love this book. Unlimited Faith, everybody didn't share with me they read it. I did hear a couple of people read it. They love it. So don't hesitate to get these books. These books will change your life. Go to www.gleebargaincenters.com and get these books in your bookshelf or your collection. All right, check it out. www.gleebargaincenters.com. All right. So pretty much we are done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it very much. I hope this show was a blessing. If it was, type blessings in the comments. If you're watching a replay, type blessings in the comments. And I hope that you will continue to walk by faith and not fear, because your revenue and different things you want to do will increase in your life. Okay. So I love you guys. You have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. And what we gonna do? Let's face it. Have a great night. Peace.